Elizabeth. I'm back today with a video showing you my acrylic pouring setup. So I have been doing this for a very short time, maybe about a month or so, and had a really basic kind of gathered around household items to start pouring because I was so excited to get started. So here's how I have it set up. I'm gonna tilt the camera so you can see. All right, so over my table, I have an old tablecloth that I don't care about. So you'll want some kind of drop cloth or a table you don't mind paint splattering onto. It's a pain in the butt to clean off. I don't clean this when I'm done. I just let the paint dry and it's fine for me. I pour over this flattened Amazon box. This is large enough to catch all the paint and I haven't had any issues. It's really important when you're pouring paint to have your canvases up on top of something. So when the paint drips off, which it will drip off onto the sides, onto that box, and the paint gets underneath the canvas or whatever you're pouring onto. So the issue with having your canvas flat on top of your pouring surface is that when it dries, it's gonna get stuck and you're gonna have issues getting it off. So I have these 4 plastic cups that I put the canvas on top of, and I also use this old coffee canister, and this doubles as a spinner. I used to have a cake spinner, and I know lots of people use it, and they're fabulous, and I can't wait to get another one, and I plan to do so soon. But in the meantime, you can spin your canvas on this, holding the can underneath, and then just spinning like that. I did a couple paintings like this and really like the results. It works fine for me for right now. A lot of people use plastic gloves to cover their hands. I'm fine with washing my hands after. I haven't had too much of an issue with that. As far as the pouring supplies go, I've been using this Floetrol. This has been amazing. I really like the results with it. I know a lot of people use school glue or glue all, mixing it with a little bit of water and then the paint, and I had some really bad luck with it. That was my first pour with the glue, and it cracked, the paint slid off. It was really a bad experience. So I'm sticking with what works. There are many, many different types of pouring mediums. I think it's Artist Loft has one, Deco Art has one, lots of different brands have them, but this Floetrol works amazing for me, and it's not that expensive. So this is a gallon jug, and I think I got it for $12 or $13 at Home Depot. You can get it through Amazon. They were out of stock and I needed more, so I was already going to Home Depot and I was able to get this. All right, and then the paint. I started off using some really cheap acrylic paint, which is fine. The pigmentation is not fantastic, but I didn't notice any problems with it. I did hear that the brand, I think it's Apple Barrel White, cracks, so do not buy that kind of paint. So I just got these Craft Smart paint. They come in 2 ounce, 4 ounce maybe, and this is an 8 ounce. I've been using these, really liking them, but I want to experiment with some other paints. So I just got these Deco Art paints. I got some metallics. I'm excited to do a galaxy pour. I got this aquamarine, purple, a pink tourmaline, a green, a darker blue, a darker green. I think that's green, yeah. Green. And then where's my gold? I got this really amazing gold. Oh, here it is. And I'm super excited to try this. So a video will hopefully be coming with that soon. Also Artist Loft, I've heard good things about that. I just ordered a whole bunch of huge containers of paint for that. So I'm excited to get that. I hope it's ready today. And you'll need silicone. So silicone oil, I've been using this Super Lube brand, which I said in a number of videos. I don't love it because of this top. The top cracked. the place that I want to store, I don't want to worry about this getting inverted, but it's been messy and spilling all over. But really all of the silicone oils that I have looked at have this kind of top. So I think I'm stuck with it, and whatever. It works fine as far as getting the cells, which is what you would use this for. If you can't find silicone oil, which by the way, I got that on Amazon for I think $6 something. You can use KY jelly, which is like personal lubricant, but there are multiple different kinds with multiple different additives. So when I was first starting to pour, my silicone oil hadn't come yet, and so I ran to the pharmacy and I noticed there are so many different kinds of KY, and actually this is not a KY brand, it's called Replen's lubricant. But what you want to look for is the one that has 100% dimethicone. You can see that, dimethicone, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but anyway, that's what you want to buy. My first pour that I used the glue all, where it didn't work out well, was done with this. The cells came out really nice before the paint slid off because of the glue, but you could try this. All right, and then I have a number of these plastic cups. These are just 9-ounce plastic cups. You can use paper cups too. I like the plastic cups because I can reuse them. And you can tell I've used them a lot. So I mix the paint, and I've been doing 1-to-1. Many different artists have different ratios of paint to pouring medium. I think a lot of it depends on the type of paint, but I have had good luck with 1-to-1, and that's what I'm sticking with. And then I mix them with, you can take a plastic knife or whatever you want to use. I've been using these popsicle sticks. And yeah, okay. And then you need a torch, and the torch helps get out the air bubbles from the paint once it's poured out. And it also helps with developing the cells. So I have this micro torch. I got it at a hardware store, and it's a butane torch, which is lighter fluid. And of course you'll need to buy lighter fluid, butane, to go into it. I was super scared of this. Please, if you're interested in doing acrylic fluid art, don't let that stop you. It's not as scary as it seems. And I take extra precautions and put this away right after I'm done using it. And I haven't had any issues, and it's been okay. I'll do a video when this runs out of butane showing you how I use this. You can get these at Home Depot, Lowe's, and cooking stores. They're the same kind of torches you would use on a creme brulee and in cooking. A hair dryer, if you want to blow out the paint with a tool. I do not have a hair dryer. I've been using my mouth or a straw. I have this metal straw that I've been using, and my hair is stuck on it, okay? And then to swipe, if you want to do a swipe, you can invest in an offset spatula, and you could buy smaller ones too to help scoop up the paint at the end or get the corners of your canvas. And let's see, oh, also when you're doing swipes, you can just use a sheet of paper or a napkin. Or I picked up these paint sample things, or these are about the same weight as an index card. You can use index card. I think that would work really well too. And then if you're doing a wet white background or a wet black background, if you want to use a paintbrush, I got this big paintbrush. I see a lot of people just using their hands, but because I do not wear gloves, I don't want to get that intimate with my paint. So this has been working for me. Of course, I have cloths to wipe my hands off in between. And I almost forgot to talk about what you pour onto. So I've been using these canvases. I have a 9x12. I've been doing 8x8s and 12x12. I like the square ones better. They have been easier for me to work on. I do want to experiment with some larger canvases, but right now with the COVID-19 thing, it's been really hard getting materials to pour onto. I feel like Michael's, Home Depot had canvases, and there were slim pickings. So once this all ends, hopefully there will be more availability of things to pour onto, but I know you can do wood, you can pour onto wood canvases or plain wood. People are pouring onto tiles, which I'm really excited to try out. I wanna make some coasters, I think would be really cool, but it seems like you can pour onto really anything. And I also thought doing some planters with acrylic pour would be fun. Oh, and if you want to save the paint that runs off the sides of your painting, you can scoop it up after or stick a little cup underneath at where you see the paint coming off. Save your applesauce containers, your yogurt containers. I cut off a little piece of this, cut the top of the cup on this one. I'm using that. Anyway, that's my basic setup. I hope you found this helpful. I'll catch you on the next video.